Hey, it's your boy DJ Wolf. You know, this weather is the DMV. This is my DJ Wolf DMV report. I'm going to do maybe two. Well, I'm going to do this one and then I'm going to do another one. But anyway, this weather's been crazy as hell out here, man. January was starting to warm up just slightly. Then it got cold. And it snowed a little bit. Then it warmed up again February to about 70, almost 80 degrees one damn day. That was just within the last 3 weeks. Then it stayed around 60s and 50s and 40s. Now today, it's 43 degrees. And it's raining and snowing at the same damn time. This weather is something else, man. This weather is crazy as hell. But all right, let me get off the weather topic for a second, and let me get on this thing that this YouTuber is trying to brew a storm about. I was talking earlier about Jordan Peele. Jordan Peele started out in comedy as one half of the team of King and Peele. The other guy is Michael King, Michael something. Anyway. You know what I'm talking about. They had a show on. They started out on what's the show? Man TV. They were on the last, I think, 3, 4, 5 seasons of Man TV, and then eventually, after a while, they got picked up by Comedy Central. They had their own show for a few years, and they did a couple movies together, and then Jordan Peele one day decided to go ahead and write a script for a movie he was thinking about called Get Out. Sunday night, he was the first African American to ever win an Oscar for Best Screenplay. Of course, that didn't sit well with this one YouTuber who I really would like to name, but I don't want to get I ain't into no YouTube beefs and all that other bullshit because I don't have a big enough audience to even do it. If I did, I would, but I don't. Nevertheless, this goofy ass YouTuber who I think wavers along the line of a pro-black. Although I kind of have my doubts about what they really about. But anyway, they actually try to rain on this guy's parade by talking about, well, you know, he won and he black and it's good and all that. But did he come from the neighborhood? Was he from the same neighborhood, my neighborhood, of the neighborhood that I was from? In other words, did he come from the struggle to get where he got? I'm going to put it like this. I can't judge this guy for what he did before he got to where he is. Because I don't know. I don't know his struggle. And neither do you. Okay? So you can't sit there and say, well, he grew up in Manhattan. Okay? So what? He grew up in Manhattan. You know, big deal. BFD, for real. All right? BFD. There are people who grew up in worse places than even where I live. You know, in Cleveland. And my thing of it is, there may be another reason why I grew up in Manhattan. That's not for me to speak of. You know? But she's like, oh, well, we need to have black representation for people who represent us based on our struggle. No one can actually pick or choose about where they were born, okay? And neither could he. But for me to watch an African American screenwriter, I think he also directed the movie too. I'm not certain. I think he did, but nevertheless, to watch an African American get an Oscar for best screenplay acknowledges that you wrote a great film. Probably should have won Best Picture, but you know, it was one of the best pictures I saw last year. I can honestly say that. But best screenplay, to me, speaks volumes. It really does speak volumes, because they're saying that your writing of this film actually to me, it's almost the same as the Best Picture. I know some people will say, no, it's not. Okay. Maybe not. But to me, I mean, to me, that's speaking in value. That means the writer is acknowledged. And he was acknowledged for what he did. You know? Would I like for him to get Best Picture? Yeah. I'll be honest. But you have to look at a couple other factors, though. But getting back to what this YouTuber said, I'm still upset about that. Because she's telling you, and she's making excuses about, well, basically she doesn't want to acknowledge the fact that he was a black guy that won. Which shocks the hell out of me. Because you're the so-called female pro-black who sit there slander his brother because he lived in a little bit more privileged neighborhood, Manhattan. Okay? He's still black. Don't care. You know, that's like Obama. Obama, I actually appreciate the fact that he was the first African-American president to be elected. Although I question some of the reasons why he really got elected, but that's another story. But nevertheless, he did. But what came out of it wasn't much. Okay, what can come out of this with Jordan Peele can be speaks volumes for those who are future people who wants to get into the business. And even on respective former President Obama, think about it. Just the fact that he was in the office, okay, speaks volume to future generations that if he could do it, I can do it. The same thing with Jordan Peele. If he can do it, I can do it. This so-called YouTuber isn't thinking outside the box when it comes to that. Only thing they're thinking about, well, the white man might have put them up there, to save face and blah, blah, make up a token. Which is basically what she said about him. It was a diversity award because you wrote a script that made a lot of money. So really, you're doubling down on our success in our achievements. That's basically what she did. And I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Excuse my French, but I'm passionate about this because regardless of whether you thought it was conspiracy for the win, just like you did for former President Obama, it will inspire somebody, future generations, to say, hey, man, there's a possibility I can be somebody. After all, Obama himself came from a single-parent household, okay? Obama himself wasn't raised by his father like a lot of your African-American men weren't, okay? And he was biracial on top of that. So he knows the struggle that a lot of African-American males have had over the years, like himself. He can inspire that. Obama is a Rhodes Scholar. The guy is not an idiot. He's a very brilliant mind, okay? The problem that happened with Obama was the fact that he didn't have the support that he should have had in Congress in the first place. Because the majority of people who actually was running it were Republicans. And black people decided to sit on their freaking ass and didn't vote to make sure that most of those guys got the hell out of there. That's what the problem was. But of course she won't acknowledge that. Oh no. Nope. Won't acknowledge it for anything. And like I said, those are some of my issues with her. And I really would like to talk to her. I really should send her a note to her email address and tell her I want to debate her about it. I really do, because she has no bearings behind what the fuck she was saying. This is a woman who, like I said before, worked in Congress herself. She ought to know better. But she talks like she's a freaking idiot. She talks like she not only forgot the struggle, or she claims she's about it. You have to realize that it will eventually motivate some young people out here to do better. Isn't that the whole point of you having images like that out here? Black Panther, oh my God. It was all over that. Now all of a sudden you double down on it. Same thing with this, with Obama. Same thing with Jordan Peele. And actually, I'm proud of what the brother did. I actually loved the movie. I really did. I loved the movie. It was a great film. Yep. Best African American film of 2017. Of course, so far, best African American film of 2018 is Black Panther. And I will admit, I never really got into the comic book, not because it was called Black Panther. It just wasn't, I don't know, it was a superhero book that I wasn't used to reading. And mainly because I was kind of like 8, 9 years old when I first got turned on to Black Panther. And Black Panther never got any real props until really this year, when they reestablished the Marvel Universe. Once they reestablished the Marvel Universe, that's when everything started popping. Prior, they never even talked about Black Panther. Ever. You know. But, nevertheless, everybody's talking about Black Panther. You know. My thing is, I'm hoping that Black Panther will spur more African Americans, especially the younger set, to learn more about their heritage. If anything, I really do hope. I'm talking about the real heritage, not the fictional one of Wakanda, but the real heritage of Africa and their African roots. That I'm hoping it does inspire. If nothing else, you know, and like I said, yeah, you may not trust the fact of how these images got here, you know, whether it be Obama, Jordan Peele, or Black Panther, but at least you know that by the fact that those images are out there, that's going to inspire somebody to do great. It's going to inspire some young man or woman to do great things out here. You can bet the bank on it. It will. It will. The problem is, instead of you, like this person that I'm talking about, this YouTuber I'm talking about, is trying to taint it, you know, you should inspire. You should say, hey, take this as a lesson. Take this as something that will inspire future generations to motivate them to do better and do for self. She won't talk about that. No, this goofy broad, all she gonna talk about is like, well, you know, well, we Pope. That's all the hell she ever fucking talk about. It's like, you know, it's like, okay, Poe is on the brain and nothing else. She knows nothing else. So as far as I'm concerned, the only real reason she actually talks about this because she knows she has an audience for it. An audience will to believe, even though you've been your ancestors and has been robbed and ripped off. What is these people? Are you fucking stupid, you goofy bitch? Damn, these people cannot drive. That you're see what it is, she knows she has a niche for the audience that she has. And of course she's gonna keep preaching that to the high hills, because she knows that you have that element of YouTubers who glom on to anything that they say they've been wrong about all their entire life. Even to a point where if you say do for self, that's wrong too. You know, yeah, you should do for self. And I'm talking about, how the hell else you going to build if you don't do for self first? In other words, you got to start building your repertoire for your career and all that on your own. Then you can help other people. That's what I've been saying as well. How you going to help anybody if you can't help yourself first? You got to get yourself out there. You know, that's like, you know, because otherwise you be having the blind leading the blind. Oh, I can't help you because I can't help myself, so I'm gonna try to help you. You know, I can't. I know people like that. I know people like around my age, a little older, talking about, well, I'll try to help so and so, but I can't help me. Start with you first. You know, nothing wrong with helping other people. Nothing wrong with giving other people a little help every now and then. You know, and I'll be the first to admit it. But on the other side of the token, the coin, you got to remember one other thing. You can't expect nobody to be doing it for you every single day of your life. At some point, you gotta do something for yourself. And I'm talking about people who are very able-bodied and very young. And I'm talking about, people who don't depend on somebody to just bail them out all the time. That's the point I'm trying to make. Because you have people out here like that. Very much so like that. They're like, really? So, it's just ridiculous, man. And that's all I'm saying. Goodness gracious. Go across here. I'd rather go across here to deal with all that mess back there. Really, I would. I ain't turn that here because I just missed it. There's something I gotta go straight. I ain't stickler about it too. But yeah, like I said, it's just crazy that, you have people like her that just want to glom on to people, catering to a certain audience, to say, you know what, I'm right. I'm like, no, you're not. You ain't been right. You're just really telling people complete falsehoods. And the thing about Jordan Peele is, number one, in my mind about that, she's telling complete falsehood about moving forward by saying, oh, he's a plant, which is basically what she said. He don't represent you. You see, the white people, they pick this guy because of so-and-so, so-and-so. I'm like, that's a crock of shit. Nevertheless, the guy won. Everybody know it was a good movie. And like I said, although I would have liked him to pick Best Picture, hey, he got Best Screenplay. And to me, that is to me almost the equivalent of Best Picture. I'm very serious. It is. I think I can make the turn here. What the hell? That sucks. This suck. This sucks bad out here. Traffic's not even moving. I'd rather just sit at the light and wait for this traffic to go before I even get to the next, because I am having a hard ass time trying to make that turn. I don't rush it. So that's my spill on it for right now. I just had to get it off my chest because this is cray. And I'm going to state some more facts on it when I get a chance, because like I said, it totally, really, to be honest, why is she walking down the street like that? It totally pissed me off, because I think that this person was just looking for anything to talk about, to say, see what the white man do, just put him out. This guy don't even represent. Who said that somebody has to pick a certain black person to represent your struggle at the Academy Awards? Why has it got to be about the struggle? Let it be about what they do out here with their work to speak for itself. How about that? After all, Jordan Peele movie was talking about racism in his entire movie. That's what he talked about. That's what the whole movie was about. But this stupid broad don't understand apples from oranges when it comes to this. I mean, that's what really amazed the hell out of me. I was like, really? You don't get what his point was in the movie? Did you even see the damn movie? I'm starting to think she didn't even see the fucking movie. To be honest, that was the whole point of the movie. But yet you don't know what he don't represent. Really? I think he quite represented quite well. To be honest, I saw the entire movie. But she was just fucking being a nitpicky bitch. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I do not care if I get back to her now. That's just how I feel about it. And if you want her to debate me, because I am amped to debate her about this, don't go on or take. And that was the other thing she did. She went to a tangent about politics and other subjects related to politics that had nothing to do with the movie. Nothing to do with the movie. She's wanted to attack Jordan Peele because she felt that he was a representative of the black struggle. Who said he had to be? How about he just be black and represent his message? about racism in this country, which to me was the bigger picture. Jesus. You know, some people who are black would just never get it. No matter what. And it goes to show you right there and there. No matter how hard you try, no matter how successful you are, no matter how much you achieve, you're going to always find them, some stupid ass person who's going to find a reason to try to knock you down a few pegs for no damn reason. Yeah. For no damn reason, which is basically what she was doing, trying to do. But I said, I'll be damned if I'm going to let her do that. I'll be damned. Yet, she didn't write no damn movie about the struggle. I've yet to see her do. All the thing she did was get up talking points and try to 5-point little idiosyncrasies about shit she ain't got no proof about. I just wish she shut the fuck up. Let me get out the way here. That's all I gotta say. It's DJ Wolf. That's pretty much all I got for you guys.